everybody. We will get started here as soon as I make sure that the sound's working. Give me just 1 second. So it takes just a minute to flip over. Alright, everybody, we will get started. Okay, it looks like it is, so I think we're good. Alright, well I wanted to get the stream set up here before we go over the bridge in Mobile. So now everybody always likes that. That's pretty cool. That thing's like, what, 5 miles long, 10 miles long? Maybe not that much, but... We are, this is the longest it's ever taken me to drive through Mississippi today. Ever. I mean, people just are not on their, they're just driving like idiots, let's just put it that way. Like, more so than normal. I mean, like right now we're doing 44 and a 55. I have no idea why. But it's been like this the whole way down. I don't know what's going on. Usually this is a really quick drive, but I mean, it's taken since 10 o'clock this morning to get down here, which is really unusual. But we'll get on the interstate here. So we'll be coming into the northwest side of Mobile pretty shortly. Hang on 1 second. I don't know if this is going to cut the camera or not. Hang on. Alright. I don't know if that cut the video at all or not, but I realized we didn't have the T-Mobile turned on. Or AT&T, whatever the hell it is. It's turned on now. All right, well, as soon as we get back up to 55 miles an hour here, I don't know why we're doing 40. Well, we're up to 46 now, so I guess we are going the right direction. Once we get back up to 55 would be fantastic. We'll hopefully get into Mobile pretty quick. We'll get across the bridge, and then we've got one of our first little tropical rain bands. And I say that very lightly. It's more like a tropical rain shower band. Coming across Pensacola right now. Don't expect much with that. The low-level circulation here of what will become Tropical Storm Bertha, probably within the next 12 hours, maybe even the next advisory, honestly, is, well, hold on, let me measure. Like, roughly 85 miles south of Panama City, roughly. So it's quite a ways out, but we're going to start seeing some of those bands of showers coming through. But we're on the west side of this right now, so everything's going to be like offshore type flow, so we're not going to be looking at water spouts or anything with any of these. I mean, maybe you could get something like that, but it's going to be going away from the coast, which is going to make it like not possible unless you have a boat, so. This entire system really slowed down. You know, it was looking like it was going to be past this point by this evening, and now it's not even to this point by afternoon. And it's bringing a lot of broken showers and some stronger rain. What are we doing here, folks? Sorry, we're on a 4-lane. It's 65 posted. We're doing 43 miles an hour in the left lane. That's a problem. Jesus Christ, somebody's gonna get in a wreck. I'm about ready to just pass them in the grass and say the hell with it. I don't know what's going on here, but this is beyond silly at this point. Oh, we might be about to break 50. Oh, that guy's had it. He's like, I'm done. Maybe he was the problem, I don't know. I hope he was, because he just got out of our way, but... What I was saying is this has been bringing those broken bands of rain showers into the northwest part of the Florida Peninsula, the Big Bend region. Pretty much since very early this morning. None of those have been really noteworthy, but this system's just getting started. I'm not expecting a majorly impactful system, but what's important to remember is this is going to be our first tropical storm, landfalling tropical storm in the Gulf in basically 2 years. Really. So it makes sense to be here no matter how shitty it is, because it's going to be a piece of shit. Don't think that we're looking at a major hurricane here, but it's still not out of the question, despite what a lot of these folks are saying. It's not out of the question that this could reach hurricane status. It's not likely, but it's not out of the question. What would cause this to strengthen to hurricane status would be if this thing kind of stalled out a little bit longer and could stay over the water. It's fighting some shear and some dry air from the north, which is really unusual for this time of year, or time of the season, I should say. At least in this location. Kind of a weird setup we have with this thing. If it were to strengthen into a hurricane, it would have to go, past Louisiana and end up hitting the Texas coastline, but that's not looking very likely. What I think is most likely is Wednesday evening, this thing's probably going to run into New Orleans, southeast Louisiana, the swamplands in New Orleans probably, and probably have some minor storm surge all the way up into like Gulfport and Biloxi. I'm sure US 90 is going to get flooded like it always does, but impacts such as that, some wind and rain, maybe some tornado action close to the coast, water spouts coming ashore. Nothing, major here. But this thing's being overlooked because we have a tropical storm. I mean, it's basically a tropical storm. We basically have a tropical storm in the Gulf in late July. And so many people are out there like, oh, write it off. And no, don't write it off, because the second you write something like this off is when you run into problems with, last minute flooding, or God forbid, a Helene situation where the system ejects off to the northeast and just dumps a crap ton of rain, 3 states away and floods that state out. Not that I expect that out of this, but we also have to remember that this system is going to basically move off to the west into Texas, which is already just soaked. They've had plenty of flooding in like the Kerrville, Austin, west of Austin, the Uvalde area. They've had plenty of rain, so if we get another shot of moisture over there, like for example in the mode of a dying tropical storm moving inland, I mean, that could put them over the edge again out there. So we have to really start watching areas like that. Just because something's not a major hurricane doesn't mean that it's something we should turn our noses up at. That's really important to remember. I've seen a lot of that, and I'm probably going to get set off by somebody at some point and just start naming names. But I've seen a lot of these Alabama TV meteorologists that are so damn old they probably need to retire, and a lot of these Facebook folks that are saying that, oh, all these people that are saying, expect impacts and blah blah blah, they're overhyping it. No, we're not overhyping it. We've seen these events before, and a tropical storm or not, I mean, all it takes is one of these rain bands. If one of these rain bands just basically trains over the same area, followed by one after another, I mean, you can end up with localized flooding. I mean, I don't think anybody has said that this was going to be a major event. But part of the problem is we now have some of these folks that are saying that we're overhyping this by, just speaking the truth. And I don't know, these fucking weather wieners, man, like some of these guys need to get a life. And I think the problem is these people don't realize there's other things in life besides weather. Like, I don't think half of these people have ever slept with a girl. I don't think they even know what a girl is. Like, all they know is their mom's basement, and it's like, or their fucking TV camera. It's like, god dang, guys, live a little. They get so bent out of shape about weather, just, it's ridiculous. But that's the honest truth, folks. Like, the assessment and what I think, and until it changes, is I would not be the least bit concerned about this system if you live along the coast. However, I would not ignore it. I wouldn't really be doing much for preparations. I wouldn't be going and buying groceries for the next 3 weeks or anything, but I would definitely kind of keep in mind that there might be some localized urban flooding. There even could be some widespread flooding, if the stars align, which we don't want, but, minor wind damage, power outages, trees down, things like that, just weak hurricane, tropical storm type activity. It's anything you would expect from a moderate to strong tropical storm up to a, weak category 1 hurricane. People that live down here know what to do, so. All right, we're about to get on, well, I guess this is 65. I thought this was 10. No, this is 65. So we'll take 65 down across the bay into Florida, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do from there. This may be a good opportunity to test one of our new radio sondes and test that system. We may also want to hold that over for tomorrow and the next day. I'm not quite sure, but we'll kind of figure things out. And we will... why? So it looks like interesting. God damn it! This intersection is always a pain in the ass. This is seems like you sit at this red light, like 2 cars get through the green light, and then it's red again. But it looks like timeline for this might end up being that we end up in the New Orleans area more so, probably Wednesday, as this comes in. I would say maybe the New Orleans area Wednesday. Up until then, we might end up closer over there to Gulfport. I'm not sure. I mean, realistically, it probably should be in Panama City Beach right now. But I just can't get over there. By the time we get over there, it'll be dark. So don't worry about that, because this is all coming west. Remember, this is a east to west propagating storm in the Gulf. Don't really see a lot of these, honestly. And usually when we do, they're kind of crappy like this, because they'll spin up there kind of in the bend of Florida there, maybe down by Tampa, and then they kind of move northwest, or sometimes they meander a bit north, and then they kind of avoid the coast and just shoot straight west. So we'll see what we can go find down here. Oh look, brake lights, wow. So we need to exit 9, I'm sure I'll miss it. But we're basically tracking a storm that I don't want to say doesn't exist, it definitely exists. But it's not... This actually might be kind of the most half-assed system that I've ever gone after. You don't really have a target to go after. And typically the northeastern side of these circulations would be where we want to be, but there's so much wind shear pushing on these and some dry air. It's very humid here at the surface, so I don't know how deep that dryness is, but it's one of the things we'll find out with one of our soundings here, but see how far up that moisture actually goes. But man, it's hot and humid here. Obviously drier up there in the mid and upper levels, but that's kind of eroding that northern side to it. So we're never going to really see a very well-developed storm here. I mean, we could have a strong tropical storm perhaps, even if it's not totally filled in with convection and showers and storms. I think the entire northern half of this thing is basically just not going to be there. You can see some of those convective towers out there in to the west. I guess that's west, southwest. Dude, my blinker's on. That means I'm coming over. Get out of my way. Jesus Christ. God, I haven't been through here for quite a while. I don't even remember the last time I came through here. Definitely been a while. Normally you're here a lot, December, January, February, but nope, not this year. All right, well, we'll be live for probably 2 or 3 hours here. I guess I'm kind of trying to come up with a plan right now. Don't really think anything of note is going to happen today. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if anything of note is going to happen this entire event. But you got to be here for these because, like I said, this is the first, tropical storm in the Gulf we've had in, 2 years? So... traffic congestion. I don't usually come in from the north like this. I forgot what a nightmare it is. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining. Like anybody who drives through freaking Atlanta or Dallas every day, But, when you're used to being west of the Mississippi River all the time, west of I-35, this is a big deal. We'll see what this little rain band coming in looks like.
Merge onto West Rebel Road, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto US 90.
But I tell you what, the little coastal communities down here, it doesn't take much for them to get a little bit overwhelmed with water. It seems like anytime it rains, like US 90 going through Biloxi and all that, floods over. And these little coastal communities, it don't take much. And this is definitely going to be a coastal storm. I mean, this thing's not... You're not going to see impacts from this 2 or 3 counties inland like you would with a normal system. I mean, you might see some rain, maybe some severe thunderstorms, high wind, power outage type stuff, but really what this is going to end up being is just a kind of a long duration thunderstorm almost. Winds could gust as high as, maybe 45 to 60 miles an hour along the coast, but inland, I mean, maybe 25 to 30. But when that's prolonged, that's where you end up with tree limbs down on power lines and power outages and shit, so. That's probably going to be the most of the impacts, but, there's other reasons to be down here, too. Not everything's about, destruction and chaos. There's other reasons to be down here for purposes of our mission and everything, so. We've been given a storm, we've been given a very easy target here. It might not be a very exciting one, but we've definitely been given a target on a plate. It's very obvious. You know, basically go somewhere between Panama City and New Orleans, and here you go. And that's what we've been given, and you can't complain about it because there's times of the year where... What a dumb fuck. We're doing 21 over the speed limit. Yeah, I'm in the left lane. We're doing 21 over the speed limit. Like, really? But anyway, there's times of the year where it's just so dead and boring that you'd take a tropical depression or a weak tropical storm over sitting around. I'll take this over sitting around. Because there's just, it's a little bit dead, you know. There's been weather in other aspects. There's been fire weather out west. The monsoon is trying to kick in. It's not kicking in very much, but it's trying. There has been weather. It's just, it's been a little bit on the slower side. It's pretty windy up here. You get pushed around quite a bit. So I did add a bunch of tropical weather tools to our app. It's available on our website. It should be pinned in the chat. It's free. I did add a bunch of tropical tools so that you can kind of stay a little bit more up to date with what we're doing. Of course, we're live with Radar Omega as well. And I wish I had an actual plan for you guys, but I don't. This is just one of those things where you kind of got to show up and I guess see what happens. They do have tropical storm watches. I forgot to mention that. There's tropical storm watches from New Orleans area all the way over to Apalachicola. No tropical storm warnings yet. They probably will issue those, I'm guessing, the next advisory. A lot of those are time-based, you know, where they try to issue them. I think it's within 48 hours of onset. And this thing's been really taking its time. It is in no hurry whatsoever. So they're not going to be in a huge hurry to put those out. And I don't blame them. Because you don't want to start doing that stuff too early or people get a little confused. And now we're going to sit in gridlock traffic. That sounds awesome. We're just not winning today, guys. It's been this kind of crap the whole way down here. I don't know why. Normally this is a pretty quick drive, but today it's been the polar opposite of quick. And it's freaking hot out too. It's 96 degrees on my thermometer here. But you can see those convective cumulus clouds up there. Sort of. I mean, they don't look like a lot, but there's definitely we got something coming in here. Nothing of excitement. No special marine warnings or anything, but we'll see. A couple little baby showers. God, I hope it's not like this all the way to the I-10 exit. So I think that's 2 more miles up ahead. Oh, we're just bunched up at a light here, so maybe that's all it is, maybe we're just bunched up at the light. I thought it was maybe construction or something. It is not going to get any greener, folks. You got to get off the brake pedal. There you go. Jesus. I don't know what the hell we're doing here. We all probably could have got through this light if folks would have got going. Now we're going to sit here again. It's the one advantage of self-driving cars is going at the green light. Oh, no, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Probably gonna get stuck at the next one though. I mean, it's hot, but it's decently nice out today. Well, we didn't get that light, but at least we're toward the front of the line. I think that's the last one we got before we get on the interstate. I could be wrong, though. That truck sounds like ass. Zach.
Yeah.
Pascagoula 102.
Dude, that's an hour behind us.
Wasn't the one that you pointed out like Gulfport, which is 2 hours behind us?
No, Gulf Shores, which is like where I'm at.
Is it? How much is it?
Gulf Shores was 130, 138, I think.
I'll check. Well, that's why I was confused, because I thought you said Gulfport, and I'm like, why do you want to? Because you said, oh, it's 20 minutes. I'm like, no, dude, it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but whatever.
Yeah, no, it's like it's basically where I'm at. I mean, it's closer to the coast, obviously, but it was like 150, and then I watched it drop to like 138, and I was like, oh, that's enticing.
It's 142. I don't know what it is after tax or what the partial points are. I'll check in a bit. I just wasn't sure if you had seen that other one, but I'm coming across right now. I don't really have a plan yet.
Yeah, we moved location to the Buc-ee's right off of the interstate, not too far from you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go down to the beach or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was gonna stop here and fuel up, and then I was debating. I really want to go down through Foley and stop and get something to eat, and then go to the coast and go from there.
All right. Well, let's see how this little shower band comes through, I guess.
16. 15.
Yeah, it's weakened quite a bit.
And the interstate looks like it's stop and go. What is going on out here today? Is this like some big vacation thing going on, or what's the deal today? Usually this is all moving pretty good. There's something going on or what? Traffic is moving though, which is a start. I thought it was sitting, and I was not even going to get on the bridge if it was sitting. I was just going to pull over and wait.
Continue on I-10 East for 48 miles.
Actually, really surprised people are letting people merge in. Usually they don't. I love that. You got the sign that says trucks use, the other lane. But what do I got over here? Trucks in the wrong lane. This guy behind me, and he's like throwing his arms up at me. It's like, dude, there's a sign that says use the right lane. You're driving a truck and you're in the left lane. Like, you're the problem, not us. Jesus Christ. Reading's hard. Usually I'm on this bridge and I'm out here during the winter. It's kind of nice to be out here when everything's green. It's usually not. I mean, it is a little bit, but not like this. Alright, well that was the bridge. Or just about anyway. Decent little thunderstorm there, embedded in this little shower. Little outflow boundary about to come across. I haven't been, I haven't really been out chasing for what, God, it's almost been 2 weeks, probably what, 10 days? So when we were in Texas was the last day.
17.
Yeah, we go down to like Pensacola or something, I guess. That might end up being more of a tomorrow thing. I don't even know yet. But you have to remember, folks, we may end up moving back west to New Orleans by tomorrow evening because there's no target area right now. It's very fluid, and we have to go where there's probably going to be the most impacts is what we're going to want to base this one off of. Sometimes there's other things to base it off of, but I think with this, we're going to want to go for most impact because you're really going to have to squeeze anything out of this one. You got to kind of milk this one. Yeah, I've got a feeling we're gonna end up in like in New Orleans, Gulfport, maybe Biloxi. I think that's what's gonna happen here. Too early to tell. I don't know what that is. Whatever it is all burnt up. We're not in Florida yet. Actually, yeah, we are. Jeez, no, we're not. 20 minutes? Maybe 12 miles, something like that. Not far from it. Might as well be. It's basically Florida. like shelf cloud looking thing over here. Sort of. And we got the trees. This is the thing, you know, maybe the new folks here might not be aware of, but, you know, 5 months out of the year, this is what we get to deal with, basically. This is pretty much November, December, January, February, and early March is this. And this really sucks for trying to see any sort of cloud in the sky. I mean, the only direction you got is up. Makes it really tough. Your best option is usually to just hope you can find a logging site or something with a clearing. But if I didn't mention it, we'll be live tomorrow and the next day as well. I think tomorrow evening is when things start to get a little more interesting. Then Wednesday will probably be the main day, I think. About to cross this little like outflow boundary looking thing. Temperature might drop a little bit here. At least we're here for it. I mean, like I said, I don't expect anything crazy, but you hate to miss out on named storms. Looks like there's 2 special weather statements off to our north for gusty outflow winds, but that's not really anything super interesting. This is the time of the year, though, we end up with more of these like longer drawn out events versus just these short little severe thunderstorm type things. Whether it's like monsoonal flooding or fires or this, it's like this is where you transition into those like multi-day events. We'll still get some time out on the plains, though. In fact, I'm actually surprised that this month's not more active for severe weather. I've seen a lot of tornadoes in the month of July and August. out in like East Colorado. I'm sure we'll be back out there probably in a week or two.
Well, dang, you passed.
What?
I said you passed us.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to the beach before it gets too late. It's 6 o'clock already. Yeah, I cooled down about 7 degrees on the car thermometer here, crossing that little outflow thing. So it looks like the rest of the precipitation from this one, I gotta get into something else here. Looks like really any other rain falling associated with this, maybe back over there by like Panama City. There's even some little bands coming in down there by like Tampa. Nothing of like major interest though, which I don't really expect anything majorly interesting here until tomorrow. So tomorrow by about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I think that's when like Santa Rosa, Panama City really starts getting into this a little bit. I think we could have some water spout potential. Like the tornado threat really isn't there with this, but you know, if you get a water spout that moves on land, you've got a tornado. But you're almost guaranteed to have a couple of water spouts here or there with any sort of tropical system. So I would expect a couple of water spouts tomorrow, and probably won't see them, as we never do, but well, we should have something to go take a look at. But you know, the tropical storm watch is in effect. I imagine that would get upgraded probably at the next advisory. I think, what was it, 8 p.m., 10 p.m.? Probably by the 10 p.m. advisory, I would imagine they would upgrade that just based on time. Probably won't upgrade them very far to the east. I bet they drop some of those back there by like Apalachicola, but there's a storm surge watch also for parts of New Orleans going over toward Mobile. And it really looks like New Orleans, Slidell area. Back toward Mobile is going to be the area where any surge would happen, coastal flooding. the terrain kind of influences that a little bit there too. Water tends to pile up a little bit there. So we ended up being about 12 hours early to this. I'm kind of surprised. I really thought I left too late. But this thing had slowed down an incredible amount. Because like I said, originally this thing was supposed to be a tropical storm and damn near halfway to New Orleans already, and we don't even have a named storm yet. I'm sure we will soon though. I don't see why this would, I mean, it's going to continue to struggle a little bit here and there, but I don't think it's gonna struggle to the point where it really hurts it too much. But we didn't do anything with tropical last year, so I mean the closest to anything tropical that we got was that coastal nor'easter low pressure thing. What was that, like back in October in eastern North Carolina, something like that? I think it was October. So I remember we went back out there one more time for that blizzard. Tell you what though, it is kind of impressive if you look at satellite to see how this thing's really not, like, visually it doesn't seem to really be hurting that much by this dry air, because it's got a lot of dry air in it, which was expected. You know, that's why this was never forecasted to be anything too crazy. So I mean, everything's kind of according to plan here so far, but it's just really impressive how much dry air is in this thing, and it's not, I mean, it's obviously holding it back, but it's not really, doesn't seem to be phasing it too much here. It's not like it's eroding it or anything. This thing is going to have to get its act together and start intensifying. Like, if it's going to do something, it's going to have to start doing it, though, because it is going to run out of time. Down to 84 degrees, so it cooled off quite a bit behind this little line of showers, thankfully. That needed to happen. It's freaking hot.
Hey, you got me?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I just sent you where I just booked. It's the cheapest one I could find.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going yet. I'll look for it. I think I'm in a dead spot. Still about 20 miles outside of Pensacola. I haven't been there for a while either, which is really unusual. It's really haven't frequented this area lately, which is just not used to that. Alright, well this is Florida on the other side of the bridge, so we made it. First time I've been in this state since... I'm trying to think. It might have been last year. I don't think I've been in Florida this year at all. I'm trying to think if we had anything at all down here, and I don't think we have. A little bit windy out here behind that line of showers, though. still have a special weather statement out north of here, but I think it's just for like 40-mile-an-hour outflow winds or something like that. You really shouldn't park there, lady. Like, I get it's an entrance ramp, but you're parked in the lane. Like, that's a terrible idea. It's a good way to get rear-ended. Just a thought. This road's getting rough. We're gonna have to do something with it. It's been getting worse the past couple of years. We're not far up. 10 minutes maybe. I like it down here, though. Kind of missed having the chance to be down here the past couple of years. Marriage is 2023. Or was it 24? It's 24. It's 2024. Had to be. Yeah, it was. It was 2024. Was down here a lot. It seemed like every damn day. There was actually, it was almost, we had the level of activity down here like we normally do on the plane, out in the plains in May. It was nuts. Really interesting. lots and lots of severe weather events, like every 3 or 4 days, it seemed like, down here along I-10 for the month of January. A little bit in December, but then it was really, really popular in January and parts of February. I was surprised. But you're kind of limited here what you can do with severe weather, because you've got, you know, you can go off to your left where there's land, but off to your right there's water and you're screwed. So you got like 3 directions you can go instead of 4. But the land's really not that bad for chasing out here. I mean, you go up there by like Crestview and stuff. You cross into like southern Alabama, even southwest Georgia is really not that bad. I think it's Thomasville, right? Is it on the map? Yeah, it's on the map. Thomasville. You can go up there by like Thomasville. Heavily wooded, but you can find clearings. It's definitely not impossible or difficult to find clearings. All right, 2 miles. There's a really good selection of Waffle Houses out here too. They're all pretty good. I remember, was that that was last year, wasn't it? That was 2025 when we had the snowstorm down here, which was crazy. But yeah, that was 2025. The Waffle House in Gulfport is the only thing open. And they were on a limited menu, and they felt so bad that they were on a limited menu. And I was like, lady, you could give me a piece of wet cardboard and I'd probably eat it at this point. But thank God that place was open. Speeding costs money. That's what the sign says. All right, well, challenge accepted. Kind of a lame sign. I could have came up with something better than that. Clearly that sign doesn't work. I mean, have you seen the way some of these people drive down here? Well, let's see if we can sit at 6 red lights in a row again. Every time I come through here, like, something about the southeast, like, all I do is sit at red lights. But I don't know, I shouldn't complain about this, because anybody that lives in like Dallas, Chicago, the Northeast, honestly the East, like just in general, the East, I mean, this is nothing. Because it really isn't that bad. But when you're not used to this at all, it's bad, even though it's not. So we'll go down to the beach real quick, go over the big bridge, I guess. We're early. There's not a whole lot going on, but it beats sitting at home, I guess. I do have the new radio songs with, so we can mess around with those a little bit. Really good use case here because we need to have some of those in a tropical environment. And this is as close as we're going to get. And honestly, you know, you never know. I mean, this year, this might be all we get this year. So, this might be it. And if that's the case, we're going to be really happy that we took this opportunity. Especially now that, well, never mind. I was going to say it cooled down, but no, we're back up to almost 90 again, so never mind, I guess. Oh well. But what's nice about Highway 90 down here is pretty much everywhere you go, you can stop along the beach. There's really nothing in the way other than finding a spot to park, which really is not a big deal at all. So it makes it really easy to do this job. But I'm not here very often in like the beach season. I'm not really a crowd person. I don't really like people at all. So I kind of try to not be down here this time of year, but you don't have a choice. It is really, really peaceful down here though. Basically any other month other than May, well, the end of May, June, July, and August. Like every other month it's like peaceful. September can be a little questionable, but like if you're down here for severe weather in December, January, February, there's nobody on the beach. It'll still be 75 degrees, but there'll be nobody on the beach. Except for some old retired guy with his metal detector. And he won't bother you because he's got his little headphones on, whatever. But seriously, like the only time I ever see anybody on the beach that time of year is just, it's always some retired old guy with his metal detector and his headphones. Avoiding people just like we are, which is great. So it works out really well. But it's nice because it makes everything really cheap down here. So like I tell people this a lot too, where like you hear all the time, everyone's like, oh, I can't afford a vacation. Well, Christ, I don't think really anybody can afford a vacation anymore. But it makes it, like, if you can go, if you want to do a vacation on the beach in the off season when it's still 70 to 75 degrees and quite nice, it makes for a really cheap vacation because you can get any of these nice hotels along the beach. Like you go back to Biloxi, there's the Hampton Inn, and then there's that Holiday Inn Express in Biloxi. They're right next to each other and they're right on the beach. They're both really nice. They'll be like $85 after tax in the off season. And that's really most of these hotels down here. And it makes it to be pretty affordable because, I mean, hell, like tonight I had to pay $160 to get the freaking Hampton Inn in town tonight. And yeah, if I like shopped around, I could probably find something else cheaper, but not much cheaper. Not that's gonna be clean. You know, the hotels really are about half price in the off season. That's why I always get a little bit excited about coming down here because it makes like the cost of everything so much cheaper usually. Because when you're spending $85 to $90 a night on hotels for a week and a half straight, compared to $150 a night on hotels for a week and a half straight, like you notice that at the end of the month when you do your credit card statement and everything. And you can actually afford to pay the credit card statement versus putting it off. It's kind of nice. But I've been down here for a lot of activity. Never really anything major. Everything major that I've done has either been in Louisiana or farther east in Florida. Last time I was in this part of Florida for a tropical storm, it was either Fred or Frank, and I don't remember which it was. It was either Frank or Fred. I feel like it might have been Frank, but maybe it was Fred. I don't know. That was 2000. I think it was 2021. I think it was the year after COVID, I think. Or like because I don't think it was peak COVID. But that was the biggest dumpster of a tropical storm that I've ever dealt with. Which I guess is good for the people down here, but basically what I did is I drove over there to, it's like Port St. Joe or something like that over there, like west of Apalachicola. It's like a little, almost like a little key, like a little island thing sitting out in the Gulf, like a mile off of the coast. I drove out to there and the road flooded and some moron drove their Toyota Prius into it and the Prius started floating down the water, well, it was the road, but it became the river. And they got out, and this lady and her boyfriend or whatever, they were both crying about they don't know what they're gonna do now. And there was a cop there, and he's like, "Why did you drive into like 6 feet of water?" And the guy was like, "I didn't think it was that deep." And he's like, "Dude, it's up to the roof of the house, like on the porch. It's like 6 feet of water. Like, what did you expect to happen?" Like, these people just were not really, I just don't think their brain was turned on, let's put it that way. And that was it. And then I drove back, and that was that. Because Hurricane Michael, I was late to. I also was not really in a position where I wanted to be in, like, Mexico Beach or Mexico City Beach, whatever the hell the name, whatever that is down there. I didn't really want to be in that. I basically drove down from work and drove almost all the way straight through. I think I got to Birmingham, and then I went to bed for like 5 hours, went the rest of the way, but I was late. I was somewhere up by I-10. I mean, it was still pretty bad, but it wasn't, you know, I mean, it was like weak hurricane status up there, but I haven't been here for much along the I-10 coastline here. We had like Ida, but that was back in Louisiana. That was an absolute mess. That's where the guy stole the dog. The cop pointed his gun at me and told me he was going to shoot me, and all that other shit happened on the parking garage. And you know, the stolen dog, and the drunk guy with the Mike's Hard Lemonade, and the power line incident, and then we were driving under this like mill, like feed mill or something, and the bottom of like the conveyor belt chute that went across the road gave out in the wind, and I thought it was going to kill us. That was a really that storm was a disaster because we made the mistake of repositioning while the eye wall was coming in. And I'm going to tell you this like right now. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot move around or reposition in anything more than a Category 2 eye wall. Like, it's not going to happen. But this was a Category 4 eye wall, and we were totally driving in it, and it was absolutely probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. But it was horrid. And I'm not joking. It took an hour to get like 3 miles. I mean, it was go like 1 mile an hour, stop, reassess, wait for the wind to die down for a second so you could see, and then drive as fast as you could until the wind picked back up, and then you couldn't see, and then you had to stop again. Like, it was just terrible. Then we finally got to the parking garage. That was a nightmare. That was a mess. I will never forget that one. Hopefully we have an active year down here. Like, and I don't say that because we want like the people that live down here to get blown away or anything. So I'm not really talking about hurricanes. I'm talking more about severe weather. You know, it's kind of, I guess I don't know how to put that, because like this is the kind of messed up stuff we used to say like on the fire department and stuff. It's like, we don't want you to get into a car accident, but if you get in a car accident, we want to be there to show up. It's kind of messed up. And it's not as bad as it sounds, but You know, if there's going to be storms, I want to be here for it. But obviously, we don't want tornadoes going through Panama City Beach like 2 years ago. We had that tornado at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That thing was insane. I mean, that was the power flashes from that thing. But yeah, there was that. But it's just, I hope that we have the opportunity to be down here for something more, because it is really nice down here. And severe weather season, when we're normally down here, it's so nice with just everything so cheap. Not that like the cost of everything means everything, but it's really, it makes it a lot more enjoyable when at the end of the trip you realize you only went through about half the amount of money you thought you were going to go through. Alright, so we can be down to the beach pretty quick here. Really want to, do we just want to go on? Yeah, we'll go across. I was going to say, we could take 98 east, but then you, then you end up, you got to go through town. And I've been saying 90 all day, but I meant 98. 98's the one that runs across the water, not 90. 90's farther north. I think 90 is one of the longest U.S. highways, I think, because that goes from, is it Tucson all the way to Jacksonville, Florida or something? Something like that, because 90 is what you're on when you're over there by like Sanderson, Texas and everything south of Fort Stockton. Hey, we're down to 83 degrees again. I mean, I prefer the warm weather. I don't like cold weather, but my God, when it's like 98 degrees out and the humidity is like 600%, I mean, that's a little bit not exactly what I like. I stopped in Hattiesburg. I had to go to Walmart. And oh my God, I got out of it. Like, I've been doing this thing where I park as far away from the door as I can because it forces me to walk. And like, I'm not fat, but I don't want to like turn into a fat potato or something. So I'm like, well, that's a good excuse to walk a few extra steps or whatever and not turn into a potato, I guess. So I did that, and I probably need to be in that lane over there. Now I'm going to be in trouble here, aren't I? Shit. All right, well, I'm just going to illegally cross this solid white line and cut this car off. We'll ask for forgiveness. They don't seem too mad. There's a cop back there, too. Whatever. Oh, I guess you can take both lanes. Well, whatever. Look at that. We didn't even need to break the law. Jeez. I'm sure that'll be on Twitter soon. But anyway, so I was walking, and I really regretted where I parked because I parked, like, in the parking lot as far away as I could. But it was, like, halfway around the other side, and they had one of the entrances closed, so I had to, like, walk all the way around the building. And I about died by the time I got into the damn, the Walmart. I mean, seriously, because when I got in the car this morning, because I stayed in Batesville, Mississippi last night. When I got in the truck this morning, it was 85 and humid, like 85 and 85% humidity kind of thing. But I actually thought it was kind of nice out. Because up in Wisconsin, it's been like 90 degrees, but it's been dry as hell and wildfire smoke. Like it's been really nasty. So this is great. But when I got out of the truck, it really surprised me. Oh, hey, this thing's gonna charge me $5 to use the bridge, isn't it? So what these guys will do is they'll send you a bill in the mail when you run the toll. And the bill is gonna be for like $75. It's like the $5 toll and then a $70 processing fee. Pro tip, if you wait like for them to call you and send you like 5 more nasty letters threatening you, call them and then you tell them that you refuse to pay it, and then you say these words exactly. Go ahead and send it to the collection agency. They're not going to get a dime either because I'll just declare bankruptcy. That's exactly what you say. And then guess what? They waive the $70 or whatever fee, and then they just charge you the $4.95 or whatever it is to go through it. I've done that like 4 times. That's why I tell them every time. I'm like, go ahead and send me to collections, but they're not going to get a dime either. I'll just file Chapter 7. And they're like, oh, I guess we can do a courtesy. We'll do a one-time courtesy. And I'm like, thanks. I think that's so rotten. Like, because they'll send you this crap in the mail, and then you miss it. And they're like, oh, it's 70 extra dollars or whatever. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, just... Because I've got toll passes, but my toll pass does not work here. And I could go get multiple toll passes, but it's really a pain in the ass to have multiple toll passes because unless you like wrap them in tinfoil, even if they're in their glove box, sometimes they'll still get picked up. And if you're in a state where more than one toll pass works, sometimes you'll get charged on each toll pass, and it's really a pain in the ass. So I just keep the one, I keep the K tag. But I hate tolls. Like for me to drive from Wisconsin to like Buffalo, New York when we're dealing with a snowstorm out there, it's $68 one way for tolls. It's incredibly ridiculous. All right, this gets a little bit less populated here in about a mile or so. Like, this is kind of an interesting little land feature here. So really, it really thins out in population. Oh my God, helicopter, top right. But I like it down here. I mean, I guess if, you know, you're from one of the coastal states, like nobody probably cares. But I'm not, so I care. Southeast Georgia's got some pretty spots too. I like the Southeast. I just don't think I could, you know, live here all the time. It's so, you're really disconnected from everything else, weather. I mean, there's a lot of weather that happens out east, but it takes forever to get anywhere. So like, if you're from this part of the world and you've never really been west of the Mississippi, or honestly, really west of I-55, it is amazing how much longer it takes out here to get around. Like, I mean, shit, we drove from home in Wisconsin to Topeka, Kansas the other day in an afternoon. You try to go that same distance out here and it's going to take you 12, 13 hours. It's just, it's the amount of people, it's the traffic on the road, it's all that. Like, you start getting up into like North Georgia and like North Alabama and stuff, and it's just, it's getting so crowded in some of these areas. Like, you can't even drive through Chattanooga now without just putting it in park. Wow, I remember when I thought I was so cool, but anyway. Like, last time I drove through Chattanooga, where I didn't have to like put the car in park, was like 6 years ago. Like, and Chattanooga's rough because you got no option. Like, you have to go through town, or you know, you have the interstate to go through. That's it. Hey, Zach.
I gotta click.
Where's this place you're going to?
Peg Leg Peaks. Hang on, let me see where you're at. It should be to your west.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering what general area.
I'm only like 15 minutes away. Aiden was, oh, he's still behind me. I thought I lost him.
Oh, that's a hell of a speed hump. They're really bad here. Like, they don't look like they would be that bad, and I have a feeling they weren't intended to be that bad, but they're bad. I think with time, they kind of, like, the pavement around them sunk in a little bit. Now they're really bad. Start to run out of the population and stuff out a little bit farther east here, which is nice. Starting to get away from it. We'll go to like the next parking area or whatever. This one's not a bad one, but it's packed. There's usually less people the farther out here you go. Yeah, we'll go to this next parking area. I think that back passenger side brake caliper is starting to stick too. Like, I'm pretty sure, unless it's the car behind me. Oh, we should have went there. There's not a single person there. I might just go there. Pretty sure I hear some, like, scraping from that side at low speeds in the back. I think it's that back right caliper. So I might run over to O'Reilly's after this and just switch that. I mean, the brakes on it are good, but sometimes you can get calipers hanging up anyway. But, oh yeah, I'm fairly confident that's that back passenger side brake caliper. But that's all right. That's an easy fix. Pull the, just pull the wheel off, and the caliper comes off with two bolts, and then the bracket comes off with 2 bolts, and the little bleeder bolt for the little bolt for the brake hose, and that's it. So there ain't much to it. Really not much to it on these. There's no electronic parking brake, no nothing. Which is nice. All right, I'll get you guys out. Just give me a second. Signal might die off here for Yeah, give this 1 second because it's got to switch over to the cellular here. It should recover. It's gonna have a problem for a minute and then it'll recover. All right. There. I got my keys. Right? Yeah. All right. I suspect. Oh yeah. Looks like it's getting hot. Yeah, you can. I think this is dragging. I think this caliper is dragging. That one's not. I think it's this back one. That's, like I said, it's not. Whatever. That really doesn't bother me. I mean, it bothers me. Like, we have to fix it, but. Just seeing if it's hotter than this side. But I don't mind doing that in the parking lot. That's not a big deal at all. Yeah, that side's dragging. For sure. Okay, well, whatever. That's that. So I'll get the parts tonight. It's actually fairly nice out tonight. There's some storms trying to go up out there, but nothing really of note. That right there. Yeah, I know. That's probably what we're looking at. It's been a while since I've been out here, though. Probably should make sure this thing's actually still live, shouldn't I? Yeah, we're good. It's been a while since I've been out here. We're good. Tide's a little high. Oh look, airplane. If I can find it, there it is. Shit, oh there it is again, sorry. I almost lost it. I think I still got it. The sun's glaring on me. Doesn't look too promising for anything interesting happening out here tonight. That's okay. You guys see the little birds like dropping in the water and everything? That's kind of cool. I don't know, doing whatever birds do, I guess. I'm surprised I can actually zoom in on this thing and not lose it. Alright. Well, that was interesting. Anyway. Well, we'll probably make our way back to the truck here. It's still really pretty out this way. Oh, look. It's one of those, whatever they're called things with the little imprint thing on them. You can ask Rock, whatever. Look, I found one that's not at a store. Look at that. Alright, well, that was cool, I guess. Anyway. There's actually a slight possibility this could end up being the most interesting thing that happens all trip, so. Which way's the wind going? Is it going? It's coming toward us, right? I don't know, I can tell. Go up here anyway, we're so shaded from the wind. Is this the right? Yeah, it is. Just different spot. That's kind of creeping me out a little bit. The guy in there just like jamming out in the back of his like creeper van. That's interesting. It's got windows, so I guess it's probably okay. It's totally a chick. Whatever. Still creepy. She definitely had her windows down and heard every little bit of that too. Oh boy. Whatever. Still, it's creepy. Creepy, scary van. Alright, I gotta figure out where the hell my hotel's at, reference to where we're at before I do anything here. Let me set you guys down. Sorry, I hit a button. Let me see what I got in the back here. Alright, so that's that. And then alright, I gotta find where this hotel is at. Well, now you're gonna let me check in. Finally. Come on. Apparently we just don't have like T-Mobile for crap out here. There we go. Maybe. $33 minutes. So that doesn't even make sense. It's not 33 minutes away. I don't know why it says that. It always seems to think that it's going to take way longer to get back than it does. At least around here. Alright, well, I'll get you guys in. And we'll go that way because there's just not a whole lot that's going to happen out here tonight. I managed to do all that without getting sand all over too, which is kind of cool. Sometimes that's easier said than done. All right, let's give this a minute to reconnect here.
Which one? Don't leave after.
All right. Google Maps. Okay, well let's go that way. I think the last time that I was down here, come to think of it, was I can remember, like I remember the day, but I can't remember when. Like I remember we had like coastal storms and almost water spouts and a severe thunderstorm warning over there. And I remember being parked on this road. Actually, I think we came into this parking lot. I just can't remember when the hell that was. I think it was in October. I think it was back around October, something like that. It was out here for something else. There was something else going on interesting. I just don't remember what. I don't know. But that would have been last time. So I remember being parked on the side of the road here and looking over like there. And I thought we were going to get a little water spout over that bay, and it was real damn close. It was real close. That didn't happen. No, I'm a ways west of Navarre. We're almost dead between there and where you come over with the bridge. I don't think I got that drawer shut in the back and it's rattling around really bad. It's gonna really make me mad. Hopefully we get to some smoother road here, otherwise I don't have to get out and shut that, because I don't think it's quite latched. Hello?
Sticker for you now?
I didn't think that guy was stopping for a minute. God, those speed bumps are terrible. Yeah, like it still says 30 minutes to the hotel, but it's not. Jesus. Hold on, tourists just walking out in front of cars. It's pretty common. It's kind of. I'm actually surprised that we haven't had that happen more today. It's actually not very busy down here. I don't feel like. I mean, it definitely is compared to when I'm normally here, but. Shit, it's not. Like, traffic's not bad. It's not totally packed. Flounders Chowder House. That sounds disgusting.
All right, Peg Leg Pete's is a big negative. We're not going there. We gotta look for a plan B now.
Dude, I was never going to Peg Leg Pete's. Why? What was wrong with it?
The wait's 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, I wrote that off 20 minutes ago when you told me you were there.
So where are you going?
I don't know. I'm by Flounders Chowder House right now. You want to go to Flounders Chowder House?
Negative, but actually on your right there's a I forgot what it's called. Hang on, stand by. Bamboo Willie's. That's not bad.
There's actually a place up here called Sidelines. I think it's farther up, closer to the bridge. That place is actually really good, but it's gonna be probably packed. I think these are all packed because it's the beach. Like, I haven't seen a single parking spot in any of these ones that I've passed. I'm surprised that you guys even found a place to park over there. Yeah, I was never gonna go to frickin' Peg Leg Pete's. Like, who the hell wants to go to Peg Leg Pete's? That just sounds terrible. I'll just go to Waffle House.
Oh, you already passed Sidelines.
Yeah, probably. Yep, sure did. The hell are you looking at, lady? Jesus. God dang. I don't know what her deal is. What?
I said, all right, I'm diverting to Willie's, which you just passed. And if that don't work, I'll figure something else out.
Yeah, I'm not a Willie's kind of guy. I hope you don't get that crapping virus there.
What?
Yeah, that virus where you start just like crapping your pants, the lettuce virus.
The Taco Bell lettuce.
Yeah, the cryptofibrosis or whatever.
Exploding butt syndrome.
Yeah, basically.
Of course, that's the first thing I hear from Keenan on the radio all day.
They got a Panera Bread up here. That sounds a lot more safe.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have something that I can't normally get.
Yeah, last time you had something you can't normally get, we ended up leaving no tip because the lady decided that she wanted to be an asshole, and we got a bag of shredded cheese.
That's not true. That's because we went to somewhere we could get. That was Mexican. You can get that anywhere.
That was not Mexican. A bag of chips and a bag of shredded cheese is not Mexican.
No, it's not. That's what it was supposed to be, though. I don't know. I'll go over here and get me a burger or something.
Okay. I'll see you when you come back to the hotel. Yeah, frickin' Willie's Chicken House or whatever sounds a little too exotic for me. I'll stick to Waffle House tonight, I think. Waffle House is very Florida. I tell you what, the state that has the best Waffle Houses, though, by far is Alabama. Like, seriously, like, the Waffle Houses in Alabama are better. Like, the ones in Oklahoma City and the ones in Mississippi and Tennessee, like, they're not as, like, they're all fine, but they're not as good. Like, if you go to a Waffle House in Alabama, like, it's always good. It's a really pretty sunset over there. So we've got the tropical storm officially now. So I would imagine those tropical storm watches will get upgraded to warnings overnight here. Road work. Oh wow, look at that. It's just like being in Illinois. You gotta be kind of smart about getting gas down here too, because on that side of the bridge, gas is like 75 cents more expensive than it is on this side of the bridge. But it's easy to run out of gas or run low on gas over there because of how much traffic you end up sitting in. The Pony. Wow, okay, that sounds like kind of place it's not for getting food.
At the light, turn right onto North 9th Avenue.
I think that's one of those places where like single retired men go to feel important.
In a quarter mile, continue straight past Krispy Kreme to stay on North.
Okay, we gotta go straight past Krispy Kreme. I don't see a Krispy Kreme anywhere. Period. Where the hell is Krispy Kreme? Jesus Christ. That's water. Oh, there's Krispy Kreme. Well, it keeps telling me to go past Krispy Kreme. There it is right there. Right next to the frickin' gas station where it looks like you're gonna get shot at.
Continue on North 9th Avenue for 2 miles.
All right, guys. Well, I'll be to the hotel shortly. So we'll probably wrap this up. Like I said, I didn't really expect today to be anything. This was more of a, let's get down in the area and figure things out. So we have a tropical storm now, officially. and it looks like it's going to head for New Orleans. So we'll probably wanting to be in a little bit of a rush to get west tomorrow. There's not going to be any time to spare by the looks of it. Because I have a feeling this thing is going to accelerate here once it makes that turn to the west. But we'll see. This thing's been a little bit running behind on development here, so maybe that will slow down some more here. Wild Lemon Pilates. We could go there to eat. That sounds like a freaking sushi place or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the hell a Pilates is, but that sounds way too exotic for me. Holy shit. Where you got Bud's Jamaican Grill that's in a strip mall. That doesn't look much better either. Alright, people, green means go. Go! Dude, what are you doing? Go. There you go. Alright, foot off the brake, it's green. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you folks tomorrow. I'll have some updates, primarily on like Facebook and everything, or whatever, I guess. Yeah, we'll actually do some stuff tomorrow. I don't know what. We'll do some stuff. But I hope everybody has a good night. And I might go live a little bit later. $8 haircuts on Wednesday. God dang, I bet that's a terrible haircut. I gotta spend almost $30 at freaking Great Clips or whatever to get a haircut. It used to be like $20 and then you would give them a $5 tip and it was just an even 25. Well, now it's damn near 30 before you put a tip on there. Price of everything's gone up, even the damn haircuts. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe go live in an hour or two and discuss what's going on, but I gotta kind of take a look at stuff and get a feel for it before I pass along info. Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.